Guys, today is a huge day for Stadia. Not only have we seen the release of a big AAA game like Saints Row today, but announced is a new massive title coming to Stadia. We also got the September Pro games we'll take a quick look at. Let's kick this off with the huge announcement of Dead Island 2. This is headed to Stadia on February 3rd, 2023, and this is a game that has admittedly had a bit of a troubled past as development was happening for this title over 10 years ago, but it was picked up again back in 2018 after some years of back and forth between the development teams. Guys, this is an open world, extra violent first-person action title where you're essentially surviving the apocalypse on an island. It's extra brutal, it's extra gory, and it's a bit of a mindless action game, but in a good way. It also offers 6 playable characters, and you're gonna have 3-player online co-op. There's also this interesting deck of card mechanics that acts as skills that you can swap in and out and put into your loadout. So far the game looks very promising, and I have to say, nobody is a bigger fan of zombie games than I am. At some point in the last decade, there was people who were complaining about too many zombie games. I was the one dude off in the corner on his own saying, please give me more. So to say that I'm stoked for this would be an absolute understatement, and the fact that we have a hard February 3rd release is freaking amazing. And that also means, honestly, we're not going to be waiting too long for this. It's going to come out early 2023, so we have something to look forward to in the new year. But guys, today that wasn't all the good news. A new pro game has joined the lineup today. We have Yars Recharge. This is available to claim now. The arcade shoot 'em up comes a little early, as I think this game is meant to be part of like the September Pro games, but since the game itself launched today, well, we get a week early, so really no complaints here from me, and the gameplay just looks fantastic. And with that, let's look at what we get on September 1st for Stadia Pro, starting with Overcooked All You Can Eat. And you guys know this is, I think I want to put this as my second favorite multiplayer game, couch co-op game of all time, right behind It Takes Two. With Overcooked, it's you and 3 other players, or you can even go solo and take on levels with cooking challenges. But what I loved about Overcooked and what I like about it is the simplified controls. At best, you're pressing 2 to 3 buttons in total, making it very easy for those who are not used to gaming to jump in on you. With this one, I've gotten family members who are not gamers whatsoever, including my own mother, really enjoy their time with this game. And if you're like me, you don't mind playing this solo, because you certainly can. Believe it or not, I was actually playing this about a couple weeks ago for about 5 hours, and I was just totally addicted to this. So I really love this title, to say the least, and I love seeing it come to Stadia Pro. Then our next game is one of the better indie titles on Stadia, Inspired Fare. It's a story-rich management title that you play as the ferry master as you help spirits make their way into the afterlife. Now, I've gotten the pleasure to dive into this on Stadia, and honestly, it's a top 5 indie title on the entire platform. Don't even have to take my word for it. There's over 20,000 overwhelmingly positive user reviews on this game. Honestly, it's one of the best indie games to release in the past few years. And finally, we have PJ Masks Heroes of the Night, and this is going to come as a pro title. You play as several superheroes who are you're going to use their superpowers to stop evil villains, explore the world. This is an outright game. It'll certainly be aimed at a younger audience, so if you have a little tyke, here's a game for them. With Yars Recharge, that's 4 games in total. I will say I'm still hoping for another surprise drop. Maybe we see the new From Space be on Stadia Pro. That should drop on September 29th, but we'll see. With that, the game news is going to continue, as we have now Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader now available to play via Stadia. And I have to say, I mean this, I am dying to get my hands on this one. I totally want to feel stupid and realize I'm probably no smarter than a 2nd grader. In truth, I love these types of games. I'm actually a huge fan of Family Feud on Stadia with Ubisoft. I have poured tons of hours into that, probably a good 20 plus, and that's another game that really makes me feel stupid. So I know this Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader is going to fit right into my own library. The game does retail for $29.99 on the Stadia store. We also got confirmation of Jackbox Party 9. This is coming to Stadia as well, guys. So we have quite a few games here announced recently, and you just love to see it. And finally, to end the video, you have one of my favorite multiplayer games on Stadia in Rainbow Six Siege, having free play days on September 1st all the way to the 7th. So that's a week from now. You're going to have 6 full days to enjoy the full version of the game. It's a game with full crossplay and some really fun gameplay. You guys are not going to want to miss out, and don't miss out on the best games to play on Stadia. That'll be on the screen, and I'll see you guys in the clouds.